Alrighty, so for our end of the year project, um, I know that it's a little bit tough time right now, and we would have at this point maybe try to put something together for you to have and hold forever, but hopefully this virtual or this digital version of our memory book um, will be just as amazing or even more. All right. So here is the your directions for this project. Okay, we will be putting together a yearbook video. Okay, so your directions, you're going to be recording yourself, um, answering all of the prompts, and then you're going to submit your video to either myself, Mrs. Haywood, that's my email address, or Miss Diaz, ndiaz@copschools.com. All right, here are some tips before you get started. So you need to make sure that you are looking straight into the camera, okay? Although if you, sometimes it's easier to find a point away from the camera to look at when you're doing um, an interview or like a review. I mean, a um, recording of yourself, okay? Because it might just be easier. Some of us get a little bit nervous when we're talking in front of other people or when we're looking at the camera. So we suggest that you look straight into the camera because it makes it as if you're talking directly to the person who's watching. Um, but if you find that too nerve-wracking, then find a point away from the camera, or even maybe you can look at the person who is recording you. Okay. Next, make sure there is little to no sound in the background because you'll be surprised how much noise the camera picks up when there are things going on in the background. Okay, make sure your TVs are off, make sure your radios are off, make sure everything is off around you. Find the most quiet room in your house. Um, Generally, I mean, you can't control what other people are doing. But before you record, maybe you can let everybody know, hey, I'm getting ready to record this video for my end of the year project, and I need everybody to be as quiet as possible. If that's okay, this should only take a couple of minutes. All right. Next, make sure your lights are on. And that might sound silly because obviously you're not going to be doing these things in the dark, but the more light, the better. Okay. When your face is well lit, everything around you is well lit, the video looks a lot better. Okay. Um, don't shake the camera, keep it steady. So if you're doing it on yourself, if you're kind of recording your own, put the camera up on the table, on the desk, against some kind of hard surface. Don't do it like a selfie where you're recording yourself talking to your phone when it's in your hand. Okay. We want this project to look as best as possible. And in order to do that, we want everything to be consistent. So if everybody keeps it consistent across the board and we have all of our stuff looking the same, then it's going to look amazing. All right. Lastly, please do not edit the video. So some of you submitted some videos where you added music and you added pictures and things like that, which is amazing. Those videos were amazing. Thank you very much for giving those to us. For this video, because we're going to cut it up and put it together in a way where all of us are kind of mixed in together. Um, we don't want to have to ask you to re-record it. So all we want you to do is sit in front of the camera and answer the questions with no background additional background noise or anything like that, music or anything. Okay, just record yourself answering the questions, and then myself and Miss Diaz will we'll edit the videos together. Okay, so here are the questions that we want you to answer. First, we want you to state your name. Okay, you can say it in the form of just your name, or you can say my name is. Okay, at the end of this slide, we will be going into an example that I recorded. But yes, you can either do just state your name, or you can say my name is. Then I want you to answer, what has been your most favorite memory from second grade? Next, what will you miss most from second grade? Next, I want you to answer, what will you miss most from COPA? So not just second grade, but COPA. So many of you have been at COPA for years, since kindergarten, maybe even TK. Okay, so what will you miss most from all of those years that you've spent at COPA? And then last, any last farewell thoughts. So you can make a statement like, I would like to wish all of my friends blank. Well wishes. What would you like to wish for your friends? Or maybe you want to wish that you keep in contact as long as possible, or that you just wish everybody stays healthy and happy. Okay, whatever you want to do. What I would suggest is you answer these questions ahead of time. Write them down, maybe. Okay, have a little cheat sheet, and then so that when you're recording your video, you don't get stuck, or you're not sitting there thinking about the answers to these questions. Okay, although that's perfectly fine too, but I suggest that to be most prepared, that you answer these questions before you record. All right, so I'm going to show you a video of an example. My name is Mrs. Haywood. What my most favorite memory from second grade was all of our lunch bunches. I absolutely loved those. My students worked hard doing their job and making sure that they were always on task to earn extra dollars, and then they would spend their money on our lunch bunch, where they would be able to invite a couple of extra people to eat lunch with me, the teacher. And I loved those because we didn't worry about anything. We got to hang out and just talk about life and forget that we're at school for just a moment. That was my favorite. What I will miss most from second grade is my students. I absolutely loved room 5. I loved every single student that I had. They sometimes didn't always understand things, and sometimes they over exceeded my expectations in whatever we were learning. But those ups and downs is what made this year so amazing, and they never gave up. What will I miss most about COPA? Oh my gosh, everything. From the students to the staff to the activities to all of the curriculum. I loved everything about COPA, and I'm going to be so sad that I don't get to see any of my scholars next year. And any last farewell thoughts? So I would like to wish all of my students a lot of luck and happiness. I know each and every one of you has the potential to be amazing in this life. Whether we see each other or not again is up in the air, because you don't know what fate has in store for us. I hope to see each and every one of you, and I hope you guys keep in contact with me. But I know that we spent a whole year together, maybe not a whole year because of everything that's going on, but we've spent your second grade year together, and I hope that you enjoyed it even half as much as I did. So good luck, everybody, and I hope to see you on the other side of everything. All right, bye-bye. Okay, so that was an example of what we expect from you. Okay, so please, again, record yourself for, there's no time limit, but make sure that you're answering all the questions. If you can make pauses in between each question, that would be amazing. Review your work before you submit it. Make sure that you're hitting all of the points, you're answering all of the questions that we put on there. So after I recorded my video, I went in and I made sure that I answered all of the questions. Okay, and then like I said, once you're done recording, then you can either please email it to myself if I'm your teacher, or Miss Diaz, or you can send it doesn't matter who you send it to, so make sure that you send it to either one of us. All right guys, get going.